Ladies and gentlemen, this YouTube channel vlog show is of authenticity, inspiration, and realness. It is also about personality, good times, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. And now, here is your host of the show, Mr. Big Beefy E himself, the elder statesman of Rant and Rave, and Mr. Shenanigans himself, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Episode 1075, folks. We're going to talk about what just happened on SmackDown not too long ago. It's been a crazy SmackDown. So, remember, Royal Rumble season is coming up very, very soon. And that will start the road to WrestleMania. So, let's check out what's going on. And we have one more SmackDown before Christmas. So here we go. And the Tribal Chief, the undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns, has made his return. Along with the rest of the bloodline. And Roman Reigns says it's promotion time. He's in a good mood, in the giving mood, the holidays. And Jey Uso, he stands there, thinks about himself, but it was Solo Sikoa. And, so he promotes Solo Sikoa as the next in line. So something to happen to Roman Reigns, heaven forbid. But then Randy Orton interrupts Roman Reigns, saying that you've taken 18 months out of my career, so I'm going to take something away from you. And he's issued a challenge to Roman Reigns for the title at the Royal Rumble. But Roman Reigns says, you're not worthy, yada, yada, yada. You've been out 18 months. You haven't done anything to prove yourself. Check the track record, Roman Reigns. He's got plenty of reasons why he should be challenging for the championship. You know, you ding dong Randy Orton. You ding dong Roman Reigns. Meanwhile, Carmelo Hayes cuts a promo for the first time as he faces Grayson Waller from Australia for the number one contender spot for the United States title, the tournament. As you know, next week will be the second round, the semifinals in the tournament. One side of it, the brackets have been set as Santos Escobar faces Bobby Lashley, but who will be in the semifinals? Carmelo Hayes and Grayson Waller, they had a lot of history, especially in NXT. This was a heck of a matchup, and Carmelo Hayes ends up winning the matchup, a huge victory, a bit of an upset over Grayson Waller. And then Randy Orton and LA Knight talk and say, hey, let's talk about this bloodline thing. And listen, I know you don't need my help and everything else, but remember the numbers game. Remember the numbers game. So yeah, you know what? I can handle things. So basically that's what they said. And then the second United States title, the second quarterfinals in the tournament, Kevin Owens went one-on-one with Mr. A-Town down Austin Theory. Heck of a matchup between these two. Despite a broken hand, Kevin Owens picks up the victory. Now Carmelo Hayes will be put to the test in the semifinals next week. A little bit more in that situation. The Bloodline talks about Orton, and they're not very happy about it and everything else. And, Roman Reigns says this has to be taken care of, and Jimmy Uso goes, okay. And Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman says we need to talk. So we'll see what happens there. Damage Control cut a promo on holding all the gold. In fact, it will start tonight, they said. As the Kabuki Warriors now reunited, they will be going... they'll be trying to think about challenging Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. I did warn them on the X. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven said, beware of the Kabuki Warriors. They're after your titles. That's what it basically said. And the Kabuki Warriors reunited about to enter the ring for the first time in years. Probably 2 or 3 years, possibly 3 years. But they were attacked by Zelina Vega and Michin. And so they had their matchup. And the Kabuki Warriors. But since they are members of Damage Control, Dakota Kai and Bayley played a role in that. And the Kabuki Warriors ended up winning the matchup. So... That is their first step, and Bayley said she's going to enter the Royal Rumble and try to challenge Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Title. So that's going to be a heck of a matchup. Jimmy Uso was talking to Solo Sikoa. They've been in there for a long time. They're talking. I don't know what they're talking about. Listen, you don't think something bad's going to happen to me. And then Solo Sikoa says, listen, I'm your brother. And that's all he said. Santos Escobar and Bobby Lashley promo on each other for the tournament in the semifinals. So, and then you got Karrion Kross and Scarlett got a promo. In fact, Karrion Kross tweeted out an X, time for a reset. So it looks like Karrion Kross will try to refocus his energy on what when he came back for. So Karrion Kross and Scarlett are going to be a very deadly force to be reckoned with. And I think when next year rolls around, that could be the case. So beware of them. Then the main event. Randy Orton versus Jimmy Uso. Heck of a matchup, but then Solo Sikoa attempted to interfere in the matchup, but LA Knight stops him, distracting Jimmy Uso. Randy Orton took advantage, hit the RKO. Orton wins the matchup. But then Roman Reigns did attack LA Knight, and then he sees Orton. They went at it. Uso attacks Orton from behind. Knight jumps in, fights back, but then Solo Sikoa attacks Knight. But then another shocker, another return. AJ Styles, another return in 2023 from injury, and he hits Roman Reigns with the phenomenal forearm. They go at it, but then after all three men, Orton, Knight, and Styles in the ring, AJ Styles attacks LA Knight. It seems like to me that if LA Knight and AJ Styles are going to be both in the Royal Rumble, I think AJ Styles will send a message saying, hey, Royal Rumble season, I want a piece of Roman Reigns. So, and then basically walks away, and the Bloodline just lets him walk out. So, and then even Randy Orton kind of looked at it and shrugged his shoulders like, oh well. So that's cool. Level Up, we're going to talk a little bit about it. Scripps, accompanied by Out the Mud, or OTM, Lucian Price and Bronco Nima, took on the returning Javier Bernal. I think Bernal suffered an injury and came back, and Scripps did defeat him. Sarah Schreiber, who is one of the newest interviewers now, since Mackenzie Mitchell's been gone, interviews on the returning Amari Miller from a year because of injury. Amari Miller says, I'm going to do my best and try to pick up a victory and pick up where I left off. She went one-on-one with Valentina Royce, and Royce did pick up the victory over on Level Up. Meanwhile, Tony D'Angelo and Stax, the tag team champions, the family, took on two members of the No Quarter Catch crew, and that would be the team of Drew Gulak and Charlie Dempsey. The No Quarter Catch crew consists of Gulak and Dempsey, Miles Bourne, and Damon Kemp. And I know a lot of people think that's a lousy name for a group, the No Quarter Catch crew. That's Drew Gulak for you. So, but Stax and D'Angelo did win the title, did win the matchup, but the titles were not on the line in this very situation. All right, we're talking about the next week, the SmackDown before Christmas. As you know, there will be two semifinal matches in the United States Title Tournament, as Santos Escobar will go one-on-one with Bobby Lashley, and the other side of the bracket, it will be the newcomer Carmelo Hayes taking on the veteran Kevin Owens. Meanwhile, next week there will be an Holiday Havoc 8-woman tag team matchup. Don't know what a Holiday Havoc 8-woman tag team matchup is, but we'll find out. As on one team, it will be Bianca Belair, Shotzi, Michin, and Zelina Vega to take on Damage Control. That will consist of Bayley, the women's champion Io Sky, and the Kabuki Warriors Asuka and Kairi Sane. That's going to be a heck of a matchup for sure next week. So, that is it for episode 1075 of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. As you know, coming up next on the 1076 episode, I'll be talking about what happened on AEW Rampage. And then, like I said, and tomorrow we got the Card Shark Saturdays and AEW Collision as well. And I'll be hosting Bullseye on one of the channels on Discord. I'm gonna see if I can get get information from them, from the guys over there. So it'll be on late Saturday night. So I will see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful, blessed day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow afternoon. So until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, please take us home. This concludes today's episode. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A big beefy E Do it for Bob Saget Productions and in association with a Raven Bova Telepictures and Distribution. See you next time on another episode of the show. Goodbye for now.